Welcome to week 3 of Wired Sports. There's been a lot going on.
All right, and with that, let's send you down to Josh Hollett with the scoreboards.
Take it away, Josh.
Hey guys, it's been a real exciting week here for the men and women's basketball teams. The women went 2-0 this week, while the men, they went 1-2. Let's take a look at the scoreboards. On February 3rd, the women traveled to Covenant where they won 70-39. Alicia Maynard had 13 points and 13 rebounds. The men also traveled to Covenant where they won 80-59. Kyle Donahue had 17 points and 4 rebounds. On February 6th, Bryan came to Milligan where they lost 74-52. For the women, Heather Mandela had 14 points and 7 rebounds. For the men, they lost to Bryan 69-54. Justin Sylvester had 19 points and 6 rebounds. On February 8th, the men traveled to Maryville where they lost 94-73. Cordero Seymour had 16 points. Now back to you, Mike and Lee.
And Phil Wilson of the men's Buff soccer team recently attended the USL Combine, and we have an exclusive interview for you guys.
Let's take it down to Josh.
Josh didn't interview Phil. I thought you did.
I didn't interview him.
Then who did?
Guys, how's it going?
I am. It's the only way I can get any time on this show.
Oh, of course.
So, Phil, we heard you did the Combine this past weekend. Let us know how it went.
So I did. Personally, I think it went very well. We had a little training session on Thursday when we got down there just so we could get to know the team and who we were playing with. 2 games on the Friday and a game Saturday morning, so it was intense. It's tough. The level was definitely high, but I guess it's coaches want to see that, how well the fitness is at this time of the year and whether they're going to be fit enough to come in for pre-season. So although it was intense, I enjoyed it. Great experience. Definitely something I can add on my resume for the future. And definitely a learning experience, learn what I can improve on and what the coaches are looking for. So hopefully I'll get something from it. Just wait and see.
Sounds good. How do you think you did personally?
Personally, I think it went very well. Nearly as good as the Capitals win streaks going on.
All right,
now.
I've heard enough. Save it for the NHL update.
Sorry, I tried.
Oh, back to you guys.
Thanks for your time, Phil.
Can we count that as our NHL update for the week?
I don't know. After the first week with the time constriction and then last week with audio difficulty, I'm sure Jason's brewing up something good.
I guess we owe it to him. All right. On February 6th, the men and women's team participated in the Coaches vs. Cancer. Each player of the Milligan teams paid full admission price to raise money for the cause, and all of the money from the game was donated to the American Cancer Society. Both teams sported pink during warm-ups as well as in the game. I was going to wear a pink tie, Mike, but I don't own one. So you guys can just pretend it's pink, and at that point, pretend it's straight. Did I get it this week?
I think you did.
All
it's
right.
getting better week
right.
by week.
Just wait till the end. It's going to be spectacular.
Coaches vs. Cancer is a joint effort by the National Association of Basketball Coaches and the American Cancer Society. The program began when former University of Missouri head coach and NABC member Norm Stewart, who was a cancer survivor, challenged his fans to donate a dollar amount for every 3 points that his team put on the scoreboard. The American Cancer Society and the NABC then took that challenge and shifted it to a nationwide effort in 1993 to help raise awareness for the fight against cancer.
There are more than 2,000 college coaches involved in the program, which has raised more than $50 million since its inception.
And women's basketball coach, Coach Aubrey, was particularly touched by this because his wife has had a few scares of herself. This was a great event and a great cause that the teams raised money for the ACS.
These are the moments that make sports great, when you have athletes and fans alike teaming up for a good cause.
It's always good to see an event like this, and I hope that it can grow even bigger as years go on.
And that brings us to our Buff Nation interaction part of the show.
There were some very interesting Super Bowl commercials, Lee. I have a favorite, but what was your favorite?
I have to go with the Doritos kid. Number 1, don't touch my mama. Number 2, don't touch my Doritos. It was definitely my favorite of the night.
Absolutely. And I personally enjoyed the Bridgestone tires Orca whale because I have a fascination with the Orca whales. You know, you can judge me, but Free Willy really touched me as a kid.
I guess what we really want to know is what your guys' favorite commercial was. You can email us at theonlyshowthatmatters@yahoo.com or contact us via our Facebook fan page. Just search Wired Sports.
By the way, Lee, Buff Nation has really shown some great support for the show. On our Facebook fan page, we have 143 fans.
I know, and we just want to thank all of you guys for the support on this show.
Now let's take you into the world of Major League Baseball.
Well, the Atlanta Braves have apparently offered a one-year contract to Johnny Damon.
And as some of you might recall, Johnny Damon was on the Red Sox team that broke the curse of the Bambino in 2004. And then he turned around and signed with the dreaded Yankees. Nice loyalty.
That's back when he looked a little something like this.
You know what they say, Lee? Looked like Jesus
Acted like Judas.
and threw like Mary.
Now, while we poke fun at a lot of athletes on this show, most of the time it's in jest.
No, this is not in jest.
Not at all.
When asked about Johnny Damon, Brett Favre said, "Oh, we don't even need a Favre joke.
No.
Because he turned on the Red Sox nation."
Exactly. In fact, let's just move ahead before we say something that could get us kicked off the air.
What?
All right, I got one more. Stabbing people in the back. So easy, a caveman could do it.
Oh.
That's all I got. Let's move. Let's move forward. Stuff is turning. Just go.
In college football news, Lane Kiffin didn't waste any time to make some waves at USC by signing a 13-year-old QB to a verbal commitment.
Well, Mike, they've been in so much trouble for NCAA infractions at USC. This is a really smart move. It's not like this kid can ask for a car.
Good point. Although the teen has probably been having fun around town with his new bike.
Yeah, and I worry that he might not be in shape after a summer of playing video games on his brand new Xbox.
Once again, mostly in jest, I'm sure it's a great feeling to sign to play for a premier team before you even enter high school. Better yet, before you can even watch a rated R movie.
Yeah, I personally hope it all works out for the kid. It looks like he has a bright future. But having said that, I happen to have an exclusive look at Coach Kiffin's newest recruit. And here he or she is. We haven't got to see him on the field yet, but the doctors tell me that the kid has a lot of heart.
And this brings us to the Super Bowl recap, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we called the Saints in the studio, Mike, this year, and we're not the type of guys to say I told you so, but we told you so.
The big turning point in the game was the onside kick the Saints used to blindside the Colts at the beginning of the second half.
Colts receiver Hank Baskett flubbed the short kickoff, giving the Saints possession. I don't really understand how this can happen because this is the biggest game of his life. I'm not athletically gifted, but to prove a point, I'm going to catch a ball that one of the cameramen are going to throw. And, what else could he have been thinking about at this point?
Well, you know, Lee, he did marry Kendra from the Girls Next Door.
Which one's she?
Lee? Well, it looks like you're just as distracted as Hank. Lee? Lee?
Where am I? What's going on?
Well, let's take you down to the NHL analyst, Jason Boyce. Jason?
Hey, this is NHL analyst Jason. Ovechkin. Ice hockey. All right, back to you guys.
Yeah, that's great. I'm the only one who can't see the picture. I guess we'll just end here. These guys are useless. We'll see you guys next week. And there it is.
Wait, what's happening here? Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody next week.